I messed up. Guys, you know, with my chameleon geckos, I'm just trying to breed them. You know, it just didn't go well. You know, put them in and. We got eggs, actually. So what happened is, they bred. They bred pretty well, and I'm excited. The female used the lay bin, which is amazing. When I bred crested geckos, it don't matter if they were proven breeders, if they've been doing this forever, if they were new to breeding. They never used this lay box. And I love that she did it her first time breeding. I raised this lizard since 4 months old, y'all. Now I'm making babies. I'm busy today, so that's why we're filming this video all over the place. Right now, I'm behind a Walmart. Talk a bit about the chameleon geckos. As you know, chameleon geckos are a small gecko you find in New Caledonia. In my opinion, are genuinely the best pet gecko because of their friendly nature and small stature and easy diet, all the good stuff, right? So being able to actually finally contribute more to the species besides, hey guys, I have a gecko, is amazing. It is a amazing feeling and it is sick. I love it. I'm in a very good mood. It's why I'm filming this all over the place today. But let's go get more education. When it came to breeding chameleon geckos, most folk actually will be breeding them as a trio. I did it as a pair because it's how I got my pair. I traded them for some other herd. But most people will be breeding them as a trio or even as a group of 4, 1 male, 3 ladies. He's having a fun night, little small fella. But that's how most will breed them. And they will be laying a set of eggs pretty big, because that's the other issue. I couldn't find many breeding them. And I couldn't find any on Google where, you can just Google crested gecko eggs and you can find thousands of pictures all over social media. And I'll say, these eggs are pretty big compared to how big chameleon geckos are. I won't lie. From back, they're not as big as crested gecko eggs from back when I was a crested gecko breeder, but they're pretty big for the size of the gecko, and I find that pretty interesting. And that's why we were filming in the back of a parking lot.
Hey, Cameron.
But hey, Cameron, that's why you should sub to the channel, right, James?
Yeah, like and subscribe.
So don't ask questions, but as you saw, little bro was very amused in that clip. Or was he? But right now, we're going to talk a bit about how, you would also want to breed them. Now, what did I talk about earlier? This, that. We're going to talk about how old they should be, real quick. Now, when it comes to breeding your Gyrodactylus, it can vary depending on the species. Now, if you're breeding about dairy like me, your general rule of thumb is about 1 year and 5 months, sometimes 2. Normally for females, they'll be 2 sometimes. And that's kind of the general rule of thumb, where if oculatus, you want to kind of wait for about a 2-year mark, and symmetrized, I've heard up as long as 3 years old. Very fun. You're going to want a gram scale. Now, why is that? Because you're going to want to know how much your gecko weighs before you pair them up, and just know a general size of them before they lay eggs, and after, make sure they're doing everything they need to do to be healthy during this process. Anyways, let's go measure some geckos. So we got our scale. She's on. We lay her there. Already got the geckos in the cup. So this is broken. Yeah, so y'all won't be able to see me measuring them in this video. When it comes to egg incubation, this is where it gets interesting. There's plenty of ways you can do it. You can always leave the eggs in there, but that may not always, end well for the eggs, because they may get snatched up by mama, or they may get moldy because of the extra humidity and the influx of temperatures and all that, because it's a cage, so there's could be more influx in, say, a smaller box. Then you can always incubate them in a incubator. The only thing with that is these eggs don't need high temps, so you don't need them to maintain their 80 to 90 degree temps that you'll see in anole species, or most anoles you incubate at 80. You don't need those kind of temps to hatch them out. So why would you use an incubator? Let's just say if your room gets a little cold, you keep your house cold, you don't want them to sit out. They won't hatch. But let's say your house is a right old 70 to 75 range, normally about 73. Like most of us normal folk use 68 degree homes. But, you can do that and you just leave them out. put them in a safe environment so they ain't obviously being messed with, and let them hatch. Come back 2 months, 3 months, 20 years, 5 years, something, and they'll hatch. So, thank you. Thank all of y'all. We've hit 300 subs, you know. You probably expect something like this at the end of the video when I hit 1,000 or 500. But, to put in perspective, I only uploaded a handful of videos. And, you know, I've kind of just been throwing balls at the wall till one hits with videos. And a lot of them have hit. You know, I have like 2 that are less than 100 views. And if you know, my main goal, my minimum goal for any video I post is 100 views minimum. That's my minimum. I've only ever had 2 videos that didn't pop off, and I'm fine with that. I'm chilling. Watch them if you want to help me. Except the standing eye video. I can fully admit that video is the worst thing I've ever put out on this channel. But I won't delete it because, you know, you gotta see me at my worst. But, you know, we're doing cool stuff, and I want to know what you, yes, you at home want to see. What do y'all want to see me do? What do y'all want to learn? What do you want to know? For example, one of y'all asked about me making an Alice Anole video. Guess what I'm working on? An Alice Anole video. Ask if I feel like I can make a video on the subject. Guess what? I'm gonna do it. The reaction video. My buddy's like, yo, bro, you should make a video on this. I'm like, you're right. Let me do that. Guess what? You know, I had some good positive feedback from that. I'm working on a video from that. I want to know what y'all want to see, because I have a great love for the community I'm building here, and I want to make sure this is a community effort I'm building here.